What's going on, guys? This is your boy Moto MMA, aka Jason Balls, bringing another video. Looking shabby, definitely need to shave, man. It's been a long work week this week. Sorry I haven't got back to you guys, but I do appreciate you for watching. I appreciate all your comments. And if you could, please continue to subscribe, comment, and like all that. I greatly appreciate it. Now on to the topic of today's video. Do you need to have a fast motorcycle to get by? Is it practical? And if you're wondering why I'm sitting in the car, guys, it's actually raining outside, and off subject. And just listening to the rain sounds to me is just very relaxing. I was running some errands, just got home, didn't want to get out of the car because turned the engine off and could just hear the rain dripping off the car and everything like that. I was like, man, this is so calm and I really love it. So I just thought, you know what, I'd shoot the video from my car. But anyhow, do you need a fast motorcycle to have fun? And I'm going to give you that answer, and I'm going to tell you no. You know what I mean? Riding fast on motorcycles, to me, it's almost like a hobby thing more than it is a necessity. You know what I mean? First off, most speed limits in the United States are somewhere between like 25 if you're going through school zones and stuff, and usually max out on highways like 75. Now, if there are some highways in America that are faster than 75, I don't know where they're at. I've not seen them. If you do know of some that go past 75, please let me know, because that's all I've ever seen between, like I say, 25 school zone areas, 30, you know, going through neighborhoods, stuff like that. The average street runs between 45 and like 55, and then a lot of the highways are between like 60 to 75. So now you know, your motorcycling is already a hobby as it is, you know what I mean? And it's an awesome hobby, you know, but it is not as practical as having a car. It just is what it is on days like today or weeks like this week. Indiana has not stopped raining at all. It's been raining every single day. I cannot imagine riding a motorcycle every single day, because I would go to work soaking wet, or, you know, it just would be more miserable because you have to really concentrate when it's raining because the roads are very, very slick, you know. And then plus Indiana snows, stuff like that. I've got kiddos. I've got the girl, you know. I can't always, you know, pick her up on the bike. I mean, my girl's not gonna want to get in the back of a bike on a day that's raining like this and go out anywhere. Like, no way, you're crazy. Get your car, dude. Not on a beautiful sunny day, of course. So yeah, motorcycling itself is already a hobby, but when you start speeding in that motorcycle, what you do is you make the hobby a little bit more, I want to say maybe more dangerous, maybe more advanced, one or the other, or however you want to take it. But it is not necessary. There are actually several different types of motorcycles that are really fun and not that fast. I'm going to try to get pictures of each of these bikes up as I let you know what they are and kind of some of the specs I found. That's somebody's loud SUV. That's like really popular here in Indiana too, man. We all, you know, maybe even like just a Midwest thing, I swear, because everybody in the Midwest loves loud trucks, loud bikes. I mean, they will take out their catalytic converter and everything around here, just, you know, baffle the bike, whatever they can to make sure you can hear them. All right, now, number one bikes on my list when I say as far as slow bikes that still can be considered fun, I'm going to say that a lot of the scooters are mopeds. And I know a lot of you guys are like, whoa, Moto MMA, what the heck are you talking about? Mopeds or scooters are for kids, are for girls, or, you know, whatever. But there are actually some very nice mopeds that, you know, even a grown man, even a big guy like myself would enjoy. The number one I'm going to say on my list right now is the Honda Silver Wing. I'm looking down at my list that I wrote down. A Honda Silver Wing 600cc touring moped. You hear that rain sound? Man, it's so relaxing. But this moped can get up to about 100 miles an hour. It's a 600cc, you know? It's just like some motorcycle. Matter of fact, you have to get a motorcycle license definitely to drive this moped, you know what I mean? And it's considered a touring moped. So that means this moped is made for what? Long distance. Now, it may not have the grunt and the bigger engine capacity like the Gold Wings or maybe your Harley Davidson Ultra Glides and all that kind of stuff like that. But if you wanted to take a trip, you're going to be on the road maybe 3-4 hours, and then you pull over, you know what I mean, get you something to eat, relax your bike for like 30-45 minutes, you know, I wouldn't say like push it straight, because if it tops out about 100, I mean, and give or take, guys, you can probably cruise a little bit faster than even what I'm saying, but if it tops at about 100, if you're doing 80-85 miles an hour, you know, you'll be just fine. You know, that's no big deal. You can pull over for a little while and let your bike cool off, you know, because you don't want to run your bike at its max capacity for a long period of time. That is very horrible for the engine, you know. But like I'm saying, this thing goes 100 miles an hour, so you're nowhere near the max capacity yet. You still got about 20 miles an hour more to go. So if you're running about 75, 80, it's perfect. You know, 3 or 4 hours to pull it over. Usually when you're doing that kind of traveling anyhow, you're relaxing. You're on vacation. You're not, you know, in a rush, no way. You know what I mean? Now around town, that's really gonna be excellent, because this moped doesn't have so much punch and push in it. You won't have to worry about often being way over the speed limit. Now, it may be a very comfortable ride, so then you might still have to be kind of careful that you don't end up going over, because it is so comfortable. But with that being said, if you're on a super bike, or you're even on a 650cc sports bike, the way they're made, a 650cc moped, those are race bikes, guys. They really are. They use them on the track, you know, not just the 1,000 cc's. Man, my beard, dude, I need to shave. Sorry. Not just the 1,000 cc's, you know what I mean? So that bike going at, you know, 30, 45 in-town speeds, it's actually not very easy on that bike, and very hard to do, because it don't take very much throttle for that bike to want to go over that speed limit. You will probably never get the chance to really punch through the gears on that bike. All right, my next bike, if I'm not saying this right, let me know, is Roketa, Roketa, Roketa 250cc scooter. Top speed is about 80 miles per hour. Now, on this bike, I would say this is one of those ones that riding around town again. And let's be truthful with yourself, guys. Well, you know what kind of rider you is, okay? Everybody want to get the big touring packages. That's because everybody's getting that. Or it seems cool if you're a cruiser, you know what I mean? To have the big touring bike and all that kind of stuff with all the bags and all this stuff. But in reality, you know you're not touring nowhere. You're going from point A to point B. You're hardly ever on the bike. All that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? You don't need what you're paying for, and you're just spending the money to try to impress somebody, man. Why you got it? Don't get yourself into debt trying to impress the next person. Definitely don't get yourself into debt getting a motorcycle trying to impress the ladies, because, you know, I gotta be honest with you, there's not as many female riders as there are male riders, and there's not as many of them that's gonna be impressed by your motorcycle. Anyways, I mean, they want to see more than your motorcycle. They want to see, you know, how you living, you know what I mean, where your house is at, what kind of car you drive, you know, how you spending your money, how good to them that you are, etc., etc., etc. So a little bit more goes into it than your motorcycle. Now, granted, you got a nice bike, might initially spark off, maybe he got some money, but do you want a girl that just wants you for money? I hope not. But this, that was a tangent. But the Roketa 250cc, man, I mean, 80 miles an hour, this is something that I would say, as far as driving in town, is a good bike. You know what I mean? Going to the store, You'll be hitting the back roads and stuff like that, going to visit some of your buddies, going over to grandma's house, going to different little places. Because, I mean, you know, you can jump on a quick highway cruise if you want, and something like this. I mean, by quick, I'm saying, you know, an hour or two on the highway, and you're, you know, doing 60, 65 miles an hour. You know, you don't want to push it to its max. So I would say try to stay away from roads that are like 75, 80 miles an hour. Because, I mean, 75 miles an hour, because you're going to probably end up doing 80 anyhow. Roads like that, you don't want to get on too much, because, you don't want to push your engine to the point you start hurting it. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a road that's 60 miles an hour and under, you know what I mean, I would say definitely hop on it, enjoy it, have fun. Then we're going to go down to the Roketa 150cc. Now, 150cc, 50cc, 125, all that kind of stuff. I just want to put this out here first. All that depends upon body weight, okay? If you are my size, I'm 6'2", 280 pounds, or 150cc and below moped will probably not work very well for you unless you are really just getting around town. You're going like point A to point B, and you're doing roads that are 45 and below, okay? For your safety, 45 and below. But even then, that 150cc Roketa tops out about 50 miles an hour. And but like I say, that depends upon a lot of body weight. Those mopeds don't have a lot of muscle. So the heavier you are, the harder it is to like muscle you around, you know what I mean? So those you might really want to be kind of careful in, but know where you're going. Now, if you live in some place where, you know, you're just making quick trips to the store, whatever, or maybe you're I heard 50cc and below in most places, at least here in Indiana. Anything under the 50cc, if you ain't got a driver's license, because you done got on the Superbike, and you done got more tickets than a little bit for, you know, reckless driving and speeding, and, you know, you can take this bike to the store or whatever, get yourself something to drink. You're gonna be doing, you know, 40 if you're my size, and if you're, you know, smaller, you might hit that 50 miles an hour. You know what I mean? But that 50cc, yeah, I mean, 50cc, you just ain't going that fast. You ain't going that fast. The next bike I want to talk about, the next type of bikes I want to talk about are the Supermotos. Now, Supermotos are bikes that basically, if you don't know, looks like a dirt bike. You see them like in motocross or MotoGP. You know, the ones that make more of the ring type of sound, more so than the muscly sound that we're used to hearing with Harleys and all that kind of stuff. Now, a Supermoto has mirrors and things on it, so it can be used on the road and it can be used off-road. Those bikes are actually pretty tough. That's one advantage of having those bikes, okay? They can take a licking and they can keep on taking, no problem, because that's what they're kind of made for anyways, all right? Plus, you got a bike that you can go get on your property or your buddy's property or whatever have you, go down hills and trails and get it muddy, get it dirty, wash it off, and drive it the hell home. You cannot do that with a Harley Davidson. You can't do that with no sports bike. That's just not what they're made for. You're going to end up tearing up your bike or hurting yourself. They don't have the clearance that the Supermotos and things have. They don't have the same type of suspension systems, none of that, all right? Now, I'm going to say the Yamaha YV250X is the first one that I'm going to recommend, and I really had to, I'm going to give a shout out to Psycho Cruiser, all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today. It's my best impersonation of him. But, yeah, I took these two bikes from off one of his lists. I don't know a whole lot about the Supermotos, but I did have to look those up. That one, top speed, again, is 80 miles an hour. So, okay, once again, you got 80 miles an hour of off-road fun, 80 miles an hour of on-road fun. Now, you don't, like I say, you don't want to push your bike always to its max, but doing 60, 65 miles an hour on this bike for an extended period of time will be okay. You're going to have a good time. You're going to be jumping over trails and then climbing over rocks and all that other kind of stuff that I just don't do anyways. And I probably wouldn't do because, I ain't gonna tear up my bike because, even though Supermotos aren't the most expensive bike at all, I just don't do that. Okay, I'll tear up my stuff. And I hear that they are pretty easy to wheelie. So welcome to the hooligan lifestyle. You know what I mean? Supermoto can get you where you're going just as good as some of the other bikes, but also give you the element of going off-road. We got the Suzuki DRZ 400. This bike, it's gonna get topped out at about 94 miles an hour. So now we're talking about a Supermoto that can get on the highway, that can do 80 miles an hour. So you're almost able to travel on this thing. Would it be very comfortable? Probably not. I'd rather the Honda Silverring Touring moped if I had to do that. You know what I mean? Versus the Supermoto because they're a little skinnier or whatever. But, I mean, if you're on the highway, you want to ride around with your buddies, you want to get your hooligan on, this bike can do it. It can do the highway speed. You can keep up with everybody. You don't have to go 140 miles an hour, okay? I mean, that's a whole nother type of riding. And then I'm just going to throw you out here a crazy fact. All right, check this out. The 2021 Harley-Davidson Sportster S, it roughly, when I looked it up, would run me around $14,999. And it tops out about 121 miles an hour. Now, that's pretty cool. That's a tough bike. It can actually get to that 121 mile an hour pretty quick. Love it. But check this out. Let me blow your mind away, okay? 2010 Honda Shadow 750, just a 750cc. Its top speed is 110 miles an hour. So I'm only going 11 miles an hour less than the brand new Sportster S. And here's the thing. The Sportster S, yes, can get up to that speed probably quicker and stuff like that because there's a lot of newer technology and things like that. But it's $14,999. I can probably get that 2010 Honda Shadow for $4,000 and probably less. And I know everybody's like, well, you need passing speed. You need that extra oomph, that extra grunt. Okay. I can guarantee you that 750 is going to have plenty of oomph and grunt too because it's still a lightweight bike. Bikes are usually naturally faster than cars anyways as far as like maneuverability goes. So you're still going to have what you need for passing and all that kind of stuff, but you're not going to need to use that 121 miles an hour or 110 miles an hour. So guys, I'm just like, man, when you tell me that I have to have a super bike, I don't think so because like I say, super bikes and really speedy bikes, they seem fun, but they also kind of, I believe, just put that pressure on you in the inside or that thought or that want. I got to go fast. I got this fast bike. I need to go fast. So you're going to go faster. You're going to go take more risk. There is a reason why the Flash, he runs in what they call the Speed Force. The Speed Force is kind of like another dimension where he is more protected inside of the Speed Force, where his ability to think and his reaction timing and all that improves while he's in the Speed Force. Because in all actuality, the Flash's power without the Speed Force would suck. First off, if he started running and he was just out in the streets as fast as he's able to go, faster than the speed of like light or sound, I mean, it would be like a bomb going off in your neighborhood, okay? He would take everything out with him. And second, even if that didn't happen, his reaction timing would suck because you can't, it's human nature. The faster you're going, the harder it is to react, the harder it is for people to react around you because you're going so fast. So he would be running into stuff, or people would be running into him. It's just how it would happen. That's why a lot of speed on motorcycles end up causing accidents. I know that it's fun. I know that you guys are grown men. You're going to, grown men and women, you're going to do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? I get it. But if you're going to get a speedier, faster sports bike, I would suggest try to take it to the track or try to make sure you find a definite empty back road. Be safe on it. Practice more, whatever you need to do, because that extra speed can be very, very, very dangerous. But the number one thing that takes out motorcycles, and I'm just saying it now because we're getting near, we're definitely more riding time is about to happen. After today, Indiana's going to have a lot of clear sunny weather, so I know there'll be more bikes out. Guys, one of the number one things that take people out on motorcycles is drinking and driving. If you're drinking even a beer, 2 beers, 3 beers, you really shouldn't be driving, okay? If you drink a beer, please wait a couple of hours or an hour or so before you start getting on that bike, okay? And I know a beer doesn't usually do anything to any of us, and it's usually perfectly fine to drink 1 beer, maybe 2, and get on the road. But the reason why I say don't drink a beer, any alcohol, because we want to get into like good habits, and we don't want to get loose or get relaxed where we just start saying, well, I only had 1, I only had 2, and, you know, just kind of making habits after a while of drinking more and more, or stopping at different bars and stuff and getting on these bikes, because, I mean, this could turn into something that's really bad. A motorcycle takes balance. Motorcycle automatically takes reaction timing anyhow, no matter what, because you're out in the open. You don't need anything that's going to cause you to put yourself in more risk or more danger. But hey guys, that's enough for me today. I know I've been ranting and raving, going on and on. Again, guys, thank you so very much for helping me get to 300. If you could continue to like and subscribe. It's your boy Moto MMA, aka Jason Ball, saying thank you so very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.